Did you know that ongoing conflicts in Congo are fueled by hidden mineral wealth? What if the leaders of Rwanda and the DRC could change the fate of millions? Stay tuned as we unveil the stakes of their urgent negotiations and the truth behind this struggle. The conflict in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo (DRC) has persisted for decades, fueled by a combination of political instability, ethnic tensions, and the region's wealth in natural resources. This backdrop is essential to understanding the recent developments in the region, where mineral-rich territories are continuously contested by armed groups vying for control. In the latest chapter, the African Union (AU) has played a crucial role in facilitating dialogue between the heads of state of Rwanda and the DRC, despite the ongoing fighting and the complex dynamics of regional power. The AU's endorsement of talks between Rwandan President Paul Kagame and Congolese President Félix Tshisekedi in the Qatari capital of Doha signals a pivotal moment in the search for peace. Yet, one must ask, can talks genuinely yield peace when the root causes of the conflict remain unaddressed? Is the AU's focus on diplomacy merely a surface-level solution, ignoring deeper systemic issues? The Doha talks, which took place in early March, were the first direct discussions between the two leaders since Rwanda-backed M23 rebels captured two major cities in the eastern DRC this year. M23, which resumed its offensive in 2022 after being dormant for over a decade, has caused widespread devastation. The group's seizure of Goma and Bukavu in January and February was just the latest escalation in a conflict that has displaced millions and fueled one of the world's most severe humanitarian crises. Yet, despite the official commitment to dialogue, the stark contrast between the diplomatic rhetoric and the violent realities on the ground is undeniable. The EU's recent sanctions on M23 leaders and Rwandan military figures, accusing them of support for the group, further complicates the narrative of regional peace. The juxtaposition between the elite powers of the region and the marginalized populations in the DRC is glaring. The Congolese government, supported by the United States and a group of UN experts, has repeatedly accused Rwanda of backing M23, allegations that Kigali vehemently denies. The military and political elite in both Rwanda and the DRC seem to have the power to shift the course of history through their decisions. Yet, what about the millions of civilians, including nearly 7 million displaced people, who have no voice in these high-level negotiations? How many more must suffer before these elite actors recognize their role in perpetuating systemic violence? The residents of Goma and Bukavu, for instance, live daily in fear of new offensives, unable to escape the grip of competing armed groups and the state's limited capacity to protect them. This situation echoes a historical parallel from the colonial era, when foreign powers exploited the region's resources while disregarding the needs and lives of its people. In the same way that colonial powers drew borders with little regard for local ethnic groups and their histories, today's political leaders seem to be more focused on their geopolitical interests and resource extraction, rather than genuine peacebuilding. The DRC's vast mineral wealth, particularly cobalt, remains a major driver of both internal and external conflicts, with foreign and regional actors alike vying for control of these valuable resources. Paradoxically, the very resources that could help rebuild the country are the same ones fueling its destruction. While the AU's push for African-led solutions to African challenges is commendable, the question remains: can African solutions truly succeed if the broader global systems of exploitation are not addressed? Are these regional talks merely a distraction from the underlying systemic issues of foreign intervention and resource extraction that continue to perpetuate instability? These questions highlight the limitations of diplomacy when it is not accompanied by structural change. In the coming days, as more details emerge from the Doha talks, the international community will undoubtedly watch closely. Yet, it remains to be seen whether the momentum for dialogue can translate into a lasting ceasefire, and, more crucially, a fundamental shift in how power and resources are distributed in the region. The future of the DRC and of Africa as a whole may depend not just on dialogue between heads of state, but on a profound reevaluation of the systems that perpetuate conflict, poverty, and inequality. In my view, the ongoing conflict in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo underscores a profound systemic injustice that perpetuates the suffering of marginalized communities while allowing elite power structures to thrive. It is striking that despite the wealth of natural resources, The people of this region remain trapped in cycles of violence and humanitarian crises. The discussions in Doha, though commendable, must be seen as a mere band-aid on a deeper issue rooted in foreign interests and exploitation of resources. As we look toward potential resolutions, one must ask, how much longer will the voices of the vulnerable be drowned out by the interests of the powerful? Suscribit y dale like par mantenert informadu.